I'm giving you your flowers, bro. Y'all need to go and subscribe to this dude, bro. This is 2 plays in a row. He knows what he's talking about, man.
Now we know the ACC's been going and talking about all these legal issues that have been going on with the Florida State Clemson thing and them trying to get out. The big news is that Clemson and Florida State are going to remain in the Big 12. I talked about this with a couple people. It is very, very, very complicated, but it's ACC Media Week, and the ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips says that it's damaging and disruptive with these legal disputes that are happening with Florida State and Clemson. What does he mean by that? We'll see. As a quote by him, I can state that we will fight to protect the ACC and our members for as long as it takes. We are confident in this league and that it will remain a premier conference in college athletics for a long-term future. These disputes continue to be extremely damaging, disruptive, and incredibly harmful to the leagues, as well as overshadowing our student athletes and the incredible successes taking place on the field within the conference. Well, what is happening is a lot of teams feel like that they're not getting a slice of the pie, or that they signed a contract where they feel like that they're getting, for lack of a better term, effed. So they want to make themselves not only, you guys haven't done anything in the league to actually beef it up. I mean, getting Cal and SMU and Stanford really doesn't move the needle of a competitive nature. Well, we've had the Pittsburgh and Wake Forest champion, ACC championship, but those happen every couple of years. You're dealing with the failed success of the Miami Hurricanes, who have never been an ACC champion since they have joined from the Big East. Virginia Tech has been not as good as they thought they were going to be when they joined. And it's been literally the Clemson and Florida State show for as long as I can remember both those teams being part of the ACC. What they could do, and that they failed to have done, is figure out a way to get teams like South Carolina to join the ACC and make it a little competitive there. And also, it helps out South Carolina not being in a premier league. He says that the ACC are the premier league, right? But what he doesn't understand is the Big Ten and the SEC. And then last year you had the Pac-12 even, trump you there. And by some accounts, the way that some of those AAC teams in the American Athletic Conference have been, upsetting teams, then you could say that they have become a staple in college football at this point for playing really good football. I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, the Sun Belt. Changing logos and looking better. So, I have no idea. I just think, more is going to come out this week as they begin to unfold their plans for what they consider maybe life after Florida State and Clemson are going to. It's inevitable. I think if you read up on this stuff, the evidence against the ACC is kind of damning in the Grant Wright situation. And then other leagues want Florida State and Clemson because they're the 2 premier teams in the ACC. But if you lose them, like I've said this year for the ACC, is that teams that you have brought in, like Virginia Tech and Miami, are going to have to step up this year. And also teams that are known to upset other teams like NC State, now that they have Grayson McCall that's come over, are really going to need to take 5 steps up this year and become those 3 premier teams as Florida State and Clemson give their inevitable, that's hard to say, their inevitable exit from the ACC. So that's just how I feel. But I can't wait to see how the rest of this week unfolds and what comes from, these meetings.